So Egypt just dropped a new giant into the water. We're talking about a vessel that was purpose-built to secure one of the most critical waterways on the entire planet. Okay, let's get into the story of the Ismailia 2 and see how a massive global crisis actually sparked a huge leap forward in Egyptian industrial power.
So, where does the story begin? Well, it all kicks off with something huge that just happened, a real milestone for Egypt's maritime industry. And you know what? It was a direct response to a lesson that the entire world learned the hard way. Check this out. This was the moment, on December 18th, that the tugboat Ismailia 2 first hit the water. And this isn't just any boat. It's now officially the largest and most powerful tugboat in the entire Middle East. But to really get why this vessel is such a big deal, we gotta rewind a few years.
Yeah, you know where this is going. We have to talk about the incident that literally brought global trade to a screeching halt and showed everyone a critical weak spot right in the heart of the world's supply chain.
I'm sure you remember this. It was all over the news. Back in March 2021, the gigantic container ship, the Ever Given, got itself wedged completely sideways, blocking the whole Suez Canal. For days, it caused this insane traffic jam of hundreds of ships and cost the global economy billions. The world got a very sudden lesson in just how fragile this one little waterway really is.
And who were the heroes of that story? Well, it was these guys. Tugboats. Their whole job is to be the muscle in these tight spaces. They push and pull these colossal ships that just can't turn on a dime. They are absolutely essential for keeping things safe and moving in any big port or canal.
So once the Ever Given was finally free, Egypt was left with this one massive question, right? It wasn't just about fixing one problem, it was about making sure this could never, ever happen again. And their answer? Well, it was incredibly ambitious. Instead of just going out and buying more powerful equipment from other countries, Egypt decided to take control. They made a choice to build the solution themselves right there at home.
And this is the key takeaway right here. Egypt made a huge strategic call to localize the entire industry of building these complex, super powerful tugboats. This wasn't just a quick fix, it was a long-term play to build up their own self-sufficiency and expertise.
And just think about the benefits here. By building these in-house, Egypt saves millions in foreign currency. It also means they've got a reliable supply of these critical boats for their 15-plus major ports. But most importantly, it builds a deep base of national know-how and seriously beefs up their own maritime security.
Okay, so let's talk about the star of the show, the Ismailia 2 itself, because this is where you really see what this new strategy can create. It's a truly world-class piece of engineering.
I mean, just look at how fast things are moving. The Ismailia 1, which just launched a few months back in June, was already a beast at over 71 meters long. But the Ismailia 2, hitting the water in December, man, that's a whole other level. It's way bigger, at 85 meters, and its power is just off the charts.
Okay, let's just pause on this number for a second. 190 tons. That's its pulling force, or what they call bollard pull. It's kind of hard to even wrap your head around that much raw power.
So to put that 190 tons in perspective, what does it actually mean? Well, think of it like this. It's the same as having 19,000 horsepower. That is the kind of muscle you need to guide, stop, or even rescue the biggest ships on the planet and make sure an ever-given disaster stays a thing of the past.
And here's what might be the most incredible part of this whole story. This amazing piece of machinery, it was built from the ground up, start to finish, by Egyptian engineers and workers at the historic Alexandria shipyard. This is a story all about homegrown capability and pride.
So we've got the impressive stats, but what does the launch of this one tugboat really mean for Egypt and for the whole region? Why does this one boat matter so much?
Well, this is the big picture, right? The Ismailia 2 makes the Suez Canal fundamentally safer and more efficient. It gives crucial backup to all the massive ships coming into Egypt's many ports. It positions Egypt as a real leader in this industry for the region, and it's a huge move toward industrial independence. And of course, you better believe it's a massive source of national pride.
And you can really feel that pride in the words of one of the shipyard workers. When he was looking at this monumental task in front of him, he just said this: "It perfectly captures the spirit of the project, a nation achieving something on a scale that maybe few thought was even possible." So think about that. Out of a crisis came an incredible new capability. From a global blockage came a national breakthrough. The Ismailia 2 isn't just a tugboat, it's a statement. And it really leaves us with one fascinating question. After mastering this, what's going to be next?